Imagine being just 3 years old and trapped in one of the darkest chapters of human history. A tiny soul surrounded by despair, danger, and death. This is the unbelievable story of Joseph Schleifstein, the toddler who defied impossible odds to survive the Holocaust. Buckle up, because this is a tale of resilience, love, and the sheer will to live. Joseph Schleifstein was born on March 7, 1941, in the Jewish ghetto of Sandomierz, Poland, a world already shrouded in fear and oppression under Nazi control. His parents, Israel and Esther, did everything they could to protect him, but life in the ghetto was unimaginably harsh. Food was scarce, freedom non-existent, and hope dwindled with each passing day. The Sandomierz ghetto became a grim purgatory for thousands of Jewish families. By June 1942, the Nazis began its liquidation, and by January 1943, Joseph's world was ripped apart as the Schleifstein family was moved to the Częstochowa ghetto. At Częstochowa, the Schleifsteins were forced to work in HASAG factories, one of the Nazi war machine's most notorious arms manufacturers. HASAG relied heavily on slave labor, subjecting countless Jews to brutal conditions. Workers were starved, beaten, and treated as disposable cogs in a relentless production line. But amidst this darkness, Israel and Esther had one unwavering mission: to keep little Joseph alive. This was no easy task in a place where children were considered unfit for work and often sent to their deaths. In an act of extraordinary courage and cunning, Joseph's father hatched a desperate plan. He hid young Joseph in a large leather satchel, carrying him into the factory each day. The child remained silent, concealed beneath layers of fear and hope. It was a gamble. A single cry or sneeze could have led to their execution. Workers in the factory quietly helped smuggle scraps of food to keep the boy alive. These fleeting acts of humanity stood in stark contrast to the cruelty surrounding them. As the war dragged on, chaos began to engulf the Nazi regime. By 1945, the Schleifsteins found themselves in the Buchenwald concentration camp. This was a place synonymous with death, where over 56,000 people perished. Yet against all odds, Joseph managed to survive even here. When Allied forces liberated Buchenwald in April 1945, they discovered Joseph, a 4-year-old boy who had defied the impossible. Photographs of the wide-eyed child wrapped in oversized clothing circulated around the world, symbolizing the resilience of the human spirit. Following the war, Joseph and his father were the only members of their family to survive. They eventually emigrated to the United States, where Joseph grew up far from the horrors of his early years. But he never forgot. His survival became a testament to the lengths parents will go to protect their children and the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable evil. Joseph Schleifstein's story is a chilling reminder of humanity's darkest moments, but also a beacon of hope and resilience. It's a story we must never forget.